In the first week of June, we have seen quite a muted response to Pride Month. I mean, there's been a shocking number of companies changing their icons, adding the Pride flag to their banners, and it's been a good thing, mostly because all of that stuff is exceptionally cringe. I don't necessarily know who it ingratiates themselves to. It's definitely not the buying audience. I'm sure you get a bunch of retweets and posts on Twitter or Blue Sky in between the championing of Democrat and minor attracted posts. But when the rubber hits the road, yeah, people just kind of want products. They just want entertainment. They don't want ideology. They don't want people's pet projects and hedonistic pleasures thrusted and gyrating into their face. And if there was anybody that could successfully get away with still pushing that message and still making billions and billions of dollars, it would be Rockstar Games. It would be GTA 6. It would be Take-Two Interactive. They could do all of that stuff, and this still being the biggest video game launch of all time. This is going to be the biggest entertainment launch in May of next year. Like, that is a certainty. But, I mean, they're making some changes. Okay, it's not exactly wholesale changes, and it's more or less indicative to what the rest of the industry is doing as well, but it's progress, not perfection. GTA 6 publisher drops DEI from annual report. Questionable diversity of thought shift is what it's being replaced with. Let's take a look at this. In a quietly significant shift that's making waves in the gaming world, Take-Two Interactive, the publisher of the upcoming GTA 6, has removed all references to traditional DEI, diversity and equity and inclusion initiatives, from its latest 10K annual report. The change, first reported by GameFile, I could imagine you're probably described more accurately as a different type of file, and later picked up by Wired, sparked intense debate as the video game industry finds itself increasingly entangled in a broader cultural battles over the concept of DEI in games, especially with a project as explosive and massive as GTA 6 on the horizon. In 2024, Take-Two's annual report explicitly championed progressive causes, saying the company supported organizations that aimed to eradicate social injustice, supported pride rights, funded scholarships for minority game design students, and celebrated cultural differences through employee groups. That entire section is a goner, mostly because they probably needed to really hunker down and finish this project and realize that, hiring a bunch of these freaks never really ends up producing anything in the long term. Just take a look at EA closing down Cliffhanger Games, Warner Brothers closing down Monolith Studios, and realizing that, catering to these activists doesn't actually produce any games. So, in its place, in 2025 report includes just a single statement on the subject of diversity. It reads, "We firmly believe that diversity of thought drives the innovation that is integral to our success." End of quote. Very, very interesting verbiage that you have right there. Diversity of thought, which in a vacuum you'd love to see. But it's being peddled by a multi-billion-dollar corporation, so there's obviously something more nefarious to this. Notably missing from the specifics, no mention of social justice causes, minority student scholarships, or identity-based hiring initiatives. This marks a significant rollback in DEI language and commitments. When Wired reached out to Take-Two for comment through tears and baby oil, the company declined to respond. However, its corporate website still hosts a statement affirming that it believes more diverse teams are more valuable and effective. They just are lacking any footnotes. Diversity is a key to our success. Corporate settings, diversity of thought typically refers to encouraging a variety of perspectives, cognitive styles, and problem-solving approaches. The idea of the innovation improves when organizations include people with different life experiences, ways of thinking, and ideological viewpoints. Companies like Meta and now Take-Two recently adopted this phrasing in place of identity-based DEI language. You can see the other places that have decided to shift their branding and not so much their policies. Meta, with the cultural chameleon at the helm being Mark Zuckerberg, Mr. Hello Fellow Kids embodied. You kind of know, this isn't exactly all on the up and up. Critics of the shift argue that the term is often used as a loophole, as a way to signal commitment to inclusion without engaging in more visible and or quantifiable DEI practices, such as demographic-based hiring goals or targeted scholarships. In practice, diversity of thought is difficult to define, measure, or enforce, which has led some observers to view it as radical placeholder rhetorical placeholder rather than a policy. Exactly, it can be used to mean whatever we want it to mean, because GTA 6 is going to be a game for everybody, bought by everybody, played by everybody, and as such, we can do whatever we want, call it whatever we want, and it ultimately will not affect our bottom line, because they run all of these numbers. Okay, they've got the bean counters on this. Okay, they've got this, like this project. It's going to be the most costly game ever created. It's going to be the most profitable game ever released. I think all of those milestones have already been set in stone. It will take a doomsday level event, not Avengers Doomsday, but just simply an end of all times event to make this not be a success, which is why the higher ups over at Take-Two, okay, a gaming company through and through, they don't even need to be caring that much about games because they care about bottom lines. And while a lot of people are seeing this as a negative, I actually don't mind this. Let's get into this. So, GTA 6 boss reveals why he won't actually be playing the game. Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick has cleared things up about a potential second delay to Grand Theft Auto 6's release date. Yeah, I think I wouldn't be shocked if it gets delayed, but I kind of think it's going to release in May. We'll see, though. We'll see. Also revealed that he won't actually be playing the game. At the start of May, Rockstar Games, delivered the news that GTA 6 will, in fact, be releasing. It has been, kicked down the road for another 6 months to May 26, 2026. The delay, according to leakers, is absolutely necessary. The game would be significantly worse without the extra time. They began cutting a lot of the cool stuff to try to make that deadline, but now they don't have to, theoretically. Okay, backed up by Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick during a May 16th earnings call. As we get closer to the completion of the title that's seeking perfection, the needs, or lack thereof, for continued polish become clear. GTA 6 boss, not worried about a second delay, according to Zelnick. Despite rumors of a second delay, he isn't all that worried. I think historically, when we set a specific date, generally speaking, we've been very good about reaching it. Well, you just take a look at the release dates of every other GTA game and how they've been delayed multiple times, but alright, I guess you just had this big gap where you just formally announced the game in December of 2023 and then didn't follow that up with a trailer until he said that, oopsie daisy, it'll be coming out in 2026. But however, despite having the chance to play it before anyone else, the Take-Two boss isn't going to pick up a controller and make a start. I'm not a gamer. Not a lot. I don't play video games. I'm not the consumer-in-chief, he told the CNBC. I think being a consumer-in-chief in the entertainment business as the CEO is probably a mistake. I don't mind this. A lot of people are pointing out, why is he in charge of a gaming company if he doesn't play the game? Well, let me just go ahead, okay? Something that was a big influence in the last time the GTA was in this setting for GTA 6. Vice City, okay? A big inspiration for that title was, in fact, Scarface, in case you didn't know. Practically Tommy Vercetti's mansion at the end of it is just about a one-for-one ripoff of Tony Montana's crib at the end of it. You never get high on your own supply. Okay, and when companies were absolutely cooking, okay, when you were getting banger pieces of entertainment after banger pieces of entertainment in the 70s and 80s, okay, when all of these places were firing on all cylinders, you had the bean counters at the tops, and then you had the creatives underneath of them. And if they needed something, they'd go to the bean counters. And if the bean counters wanted to go ahead and push something, they'd go to the creatives and see if they can make some things work. Never the two should mix, and that was a totally successful model. I'm fine with this. I don't care. And the fact of the matter is, he's the CEO. He's a busy fucking guy. If he's out there dedicating multiple hours, not everybody can be like Elon Musk, okay? Just paying the power level of your account so you can do all of the end game stuff. If you want to do that for Path of Exile or for Diablo 4, you go ahead and do you, but not everybody can go ahead and be a high-level gamer and run multiple companies. Elon is an anomaly, full stop. Zelnick, well, he's your traditional CEO, probably somebody who's working 70, 80 hours a week. He's not going to be tinkering and trying to add his creative input into something as important, as consequential as GTA 6. I'm fine with this. Zelnick noted that he shares opinions pretty openly with developers, but he isn't one to dabble in storylines or features. It's just not his bag. There we go. I didn't even know that was in there, and that's exactly what we needed. It's like, he'll have a couple of ideas. It's like, I thought I seen, like when my kid was playing the GTA 5, they had the golf game, and I like the golf. Could we have the golf in there? And they're like, sure, Mr. Zelnick, we'll see if we can make it work. Okay, I'm gonna go make some more deals. My role is to attract, retain, and motivate the best talent in the business. There you go. And then getting out of their way. To see, I don't mind this. This is totally fine. There have been reports that the developers of the other games are praying the GTA 6's release date slips again so that they can have clear run at things. However, it doesn't appear to be the case right now. And yeah, well, I'm recording this video before Summer Games Fest, and I think you guys will probably be seeing this depending on if I shuffle anything, but very likely after that big slate of announcements. And I'd imagine there's going to be a bunch of games given release dates prior to that May 26th. Okay, there's probably going to be a pretty big buffer between major releases, a month to 2 months within both ways of this, because this is going to be the biggest thing in all of entertainment. Okay, in May of 2026, this thing is going to be a tidal wave. I want it to be really good. I'm probably, depending on the price point, okay? Like if they come out and they say that this is just a huge game, hundreds of hours of gameplay, and it's coming out at, just a proper price point, and they're not trying to, because we've heard this before, that $100 price point, I don't want to reinforce that. I'm not going to be able to stop it, obviously, if that's what they end up doing, but I would like to reinforce good decisions in the industry. Everything that I'm seeing, like I said before, when that trailer came out, I loved that trailer. I still think that's a phenomenal trailer. One that was focusing on Lucia and really establishing Jason as a competent male protagonist, something we haven't seen in a very long time. I'm looking forward to this game. I just really hope it ends up beating the rap of a lot of stuff that we've heard before, and this just ends up setting things right in the industry instead of just tanking and hastening its decline with overt microtransactions and overpricing the fuck out of games. But we'll have to see, man. We still got a long ways to go. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.